The testimony of God.
We gonna declare unto you the testimony of God. And what is the testimony of God? That you blacks and you Hispanics, you are the children of God.
That's right.
You went into slavery for breaking God's laws. Now this man, if he really was about his people, why he ain't over there teaching? When he seen us, what did he do? He wanted to come up and fight and oppose the men of the Lord.
Right.
But guess what? God gonna get the victory every time. Because we're not gonna speak our words, we're gonna speak the words of the Bible.
Bro, in HBO, they got a series called The Borgiers. They show you who he is. He comes out right there, but our people, they don't want to see that. They want to come out to the BET Awards with signs in the back promoting nonsense, promoting garbage, and say they're not slaves, with them things on their back, saying they're not slaves. This is slavery, man.
That's right.
This is, point the camera at these brothers. That's slavery down to the finest, and you're going to say you ain't slaves still.
That's right. That's right.
It's a horrible image to still see to this day. Look. Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said,
What they say?
we ought to obey God rather than men.
But our people love to listen to the Edomites.
We ought to obey God rather than men.
Listen to God. God.
He chose us because he loves us. Because we're above everybody else. Brother, you got a question? Brother, you got a question? You know who you are on the side? Do you know who you are? What's your father? What's your nationality? What is your father? Huh? I'm saying your earthly father, your father on this planet. Who is your father? Are you African American? You're African American? So ask yourself this question. Let's get into it. Ask yourself this question. When was African American the term created? You know where that came from? It wasn't created until 1986. Right. That term was not around before 1986. So who was you before 1986? Who was you? Was you African American before 1986? No. Who was you? You're from the tribe of Judah. That's right. Let's get it out the Bible. Let's see. Let's read it. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15, real quick. I'm gonna give you three scriptures. It's gonna be crystal clear. 3, real quick.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15.
We're gonna start right here.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Right, because the children of Israel never would listen. Right? Every time Moses would go up to Mount Sinai, they'll build an idol. Right? They'll go down there and be doing some other stuff. They wouldn't do what the Bible told them to do. Go ahead.
To observe and to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So God said these curses come upon us. The children of Israel, on you. Like, man, these curses will come upon you. Let's go to 68 real quick. Watch it.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Now, when you look on the back of a $1 bill, what do you see? A pyramid, right? You ever ask yourself why? Read that again.
The Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
He said the Lord was going to bring us into Egypt again. Why is there a pyramid on the back of a $1 bill? What do pyramids represent? Egypt, right? Egypt means bondage. We are in bondage, right? We're in bondage to this name, African American. It was created in 1986. Who was we before that? Let's see, read on.
Again with ships.
Again with ships. He said we're going to go into slavery again on ships. Who did that happen to?
Why don't they call me
Hold on. Who did that happen to? That only happened to the African Americans, right? So-called African Americans, right?
Right.
Read on.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee.
So exactly how he said it's going to happen, that's how it's going to happen, right? You're going to go into slavery on slavery. Because you got to ask yourself, when Christ fled from Israel into Egypt, did he get on the ships? No, he walked, right? So what is this Bible talking about? When it says you're going to go into Egypt and get on ship, let's read on.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
You're not going to see Israel again. You don't know what your homeland is. You're confused. You think you're African American, right? Read on.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
Unto your enemies. So was we sold when we got off the slave ship? That's happened to us, right? Read on.
For bondmen.
For bondmen. Was you sold? Was your family sold for bondmen? Yeah, that happened to us, right? That happened to us. Now let's kill it. Let's go to Hebrews 13, verse 1. Let's kill it. Let's see what we was called according to the Bible. Let's see if we was called African American. Watch this. Because when you come over here, when you got off those slave ships, what did they call you? Did they call you African American? No. Did they call you colored? No. Did they call you black? No. What did they call you? Huh? So where is that in the Bible? Yes, it is. Watch this.
Acts chapter 13 and verse 1.
This is the children of Israel. This is what they call the Jews. Watch.
Now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas and Simon.
And Simon. Now Simon is Simon Peter that walked with Christ. And he was what? He was a Jew, right? He was a Jew and he walked with Christ. Let's hear what happens.
That was called NIGGER.
What did they call Simon Peter?
NIGGER.
So who are the Jews? Because if Simon Peter was a Negro, right, a so-called nigger, right, then who are we? We must be the children of Israel. Right?
That's right.
You follow? We can't be African American. That's not in the Bible. But nigger is. So who would a nigger? The Jew.
Right.
So what are you? A Jew. You're from the tribe of Judah.
That's right. Right.
Does it make sense? You have any other questions? Does it make sense? I know. Repent, man. Hold on. Let me show you one more. Hey, before you go, let me show you one more. Let's go to that first key. Let's see what you gotta do. I want you to understand what you gotta do. I gotta show you what you gotta do. Alright?
1 Kings chapter 8 and verse 47. Yet if they bethink themselves.
So you gotta remember, I just showed you who you was. Who are you now? You Judah, right? So now you know who you are. You bethought yourself, okay?
In the land whither they were carried away captive.
So what land was you carried away captive? This land, right? You remember, right? Do you remember? Do you understand? Okay, go ahead.
And repent.
What does repent mean? Stop sinning. Today is the holy day. Today is the Sabbath day. You have to stop sinning. You have to keep the holy day. Starting now. Because now you know who you are. Go ahead.
And make supplication unto thee in the land of them that carried them captive, saying, we have sinned and have done perversely.
So when you go home, you gotta pray and say, I understand who I am now, Lord. I need to stop doing these things, and I gotta start keeping the commandments of God.
That's right.
That's what you have to do now. Now that you know who you are, you have to do that.
Right.
Go ahead.
We have committed wickedness, and so return unto thee with all thy heart and with all thy soul in the land of their enemies.
So committing wickedness means celebrating Thanksgiving, right? Celebrating Christmas, going to church on Sunday, thinking that this is Christ. That's wickedness, right? You gotta stop doing those things. You gotta understand that Georgia, the blood that went through your veins is the same blood that went through Christ.
That's right.
You from the tribe of Judah, of the children of Israel. You follow?
Shalom, Israel. I'm Elder Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. YouTube likes to shut our channels down, as some of you have noticed, ever so often. Subscribing to join IUIC will assure you will always stay connected to our YouTube accounts. We want to do our best to make sure this truth gets out. Please click and join our subscriber YouTube channel called Join IUIC to stay linked to all of our videos. So again, please make sure you subscribe to this Join IUIC channel to get your latest updates from all our YouTube channels. Shalom.